Hello everyone, today I want to show you another new addition to Emacs 27. It's Tabline mode. Tabline mode is very different from tab bar mode, which I discussed in another video. Tab bar mode lets you save a window configuration with buffers. Tabline mode is very similar to the way most IDEs display files. When activated, you get a tab line at the top of the buffer, and each file is represented by a new different tab, similar to browsers or, as I said before, IDEs. This tab line is configurable, so for example, if you switch to a buffer, you can configure the tab line in a way that it only shows other buffers with the same major mode. So you have, for example, all of your programming files at once. So let's get to it. So let's switch over to our Emacs instance. You can activate tabline mode two ways. You can either enter tabline -mode, or you can activate it globally by entering global tabline mode. And if we hit enter, you can see that we get this tab line at the top. And as you can see, every file that is open has its own tab. We can switch between the tabs by entering Ctrl X and then left, for example, like the left arrow key, or Ctrl X right to switch back and forth between the tabs. If we hit Ctrl X, Ctrl F, so if we want to open a new file, we can just load any file, doesn't matter. As you can see, as soon as I open another file, I get a new tab at the top, which is very similar to the way most IDEs work. And if I want to switch a buffer by hitting Ctrl X B, you'll see that, for example, if I open the demo.c file, which is over here, you see that the CMake cache file switches place and the demo.c file is basically moved up here. So if I switch the buffer, I just switch to the corresponding tab if a tab is already open. So with the basics out of the way, let's have a quick look at the customizations that we can do. As always, we hit Meta X and enter Customize Group, and then we just enter Tab Line. So as you can see, we have a few options here. First one is of course toggling the global tab line mode. The second one is the horizontal scroll for the tab line, so we can allow or disallow automatic scrolling. Then we can disable the close button. We can change the behavior of the close function. So for example, if we want to close a tab, we can choose if we want to just bury the buffer so that we can switch to it later on, or we can kill the buffer by closing a tab. Then we have the new button, which is this little plus here that we can show or not show. And we can also change the behavior if we want to open a new tab. And in my opinion, the most interesting function is the tabline tabs function. Currently it's set to window buffers. So that basically means that all window buffers are displayed at the top. But we can change the value to the same mode buffers, which means that if we apply this now, we will only see tabs at the top which are in the same major mode as the tab that's currently selected. So as you can see, I changed or I applied the settings, and now I only have the customized group tabs at the top. So if I switch the buffer by pressing Ctrl X B to a C file, I only get all of the C files at the top, which can be pretty nice actually, in order to organize all of your tabs or all of your buffers. We can also change it to group buffers, which basically means that we get a little description at the beginning of our tab line. So for example, if I switch to a C file, you can see that is a C grouped by C files. If I switch to the customize buffer, you can see that it's custom. And we can also click on it and we get a list of all of the groups that we currently have. So I can click on the C and I get all of the C files. And of course I can switch back to the custom and get all of the custom files. So I hope I could give you a nice little quick overview over tabline mode, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.